Okay, thank you so much for joining us. I've got Brendan Flynn, the office manager from Barry Plant Kilmore, and you've got some exciting news to tell us about what's been happening with you during the whole pandemic. Actually, it's quite unique, your story. So, yeah, we'd love to hear more. So, take it away.
Hi, Liziel. Yes, thanks for having me. We've had a very interesting time. So, as you know, we've got our two branches, Wallen and Kilmore offices up in the Mitchell Shire, so just north of the Melbourne growth corridor. And we've had some tricky times. So I actually live in metropolitan Melbourne, so just inside the border, and my office is up in the regional area. So it's been tricky. So whereas the Melbourne offices have had, like, everyone's locked down, their competitors, the colleagues, everyone's just, no one can do anything. I'm locked down, but my competitors, my colleagues, they can all go and list and sell properties. So presents some pretty unique challenges that we've had to overcome. It's hard.
Definitely. Because just to give everyone some background, Melbourne has been in lockdown, I think, since
start of August.
Yeah, start of August, and then it went from stage 3 to stage 4 in Metro Melbourne, where we couldn't leave 5 kilometres from our house.
That's right.
But regionals remained in stage 3, or went to stage 3.
Yes, that's right.
Where your office is. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been pretty tricky. So what that essentially means is, whilst everyone's up there working, even under restrictions, private inspections, one-on-one, and we've got pretty strict COVID protocols in place for hygiene and social distancing, all those things.
Yeah.
But what it means is that everyone's up there doing their job, and I'm stuck here doing Zoom meetings, which is great.
Manager is stuck at home.
Stuck at home, yeah. So yes, it's a unique position. I'm really lucky though. We've got a great team. So particularly Sarah Fraser and Kieran Knight up there, they've been great in helping me out, doing inspections for me. They've been doing appraisals for me. So I've been doing the remote part of it, and they've been going in and doing the actual viewing or the inspection and then reporting back to me.
So what does that mean with you doing the remote part of
like when we do an appraisal, they'll go in and actually just do the walkthrough.
Okay.
So they won't necessarily talk about price or method of sale or commission or any other things that people might want to talk about in an appraisal.
Yeah.
I'll do all that stuff post the appraisal, but they'll actually just go and do the walkthrough and basically be my eyes and ears on the ground, report back to me and let me know the details, what the house is like, the condition it's in, bedrooms, bathrooms, all that sort of stuff. So then I can do a bit of research.
Yeah.
So rather than a video walkthrough,
yeah,
I've actually got someone physically doing the walkthrough for me. So
that's
really made it a lot easier. Yeah. So we've had some great success that way. So
you were telling me. See, I would love to.
Yeah.
It was interesting for you to say that this was in the heart of the pandemic. This was the best month
ever for our office. So we're a pretty high turnover office anyway. We're always up there in the number of sales. Our highest number of sales in any given month ever was 34 sales.
Wow.
Which is a big number. As you know, it's more than one a day in the office.
Actually.
And we only run a small team. So there's only 4 sales agents.
Yeah.
In August, while Melbourne was totally locked down, we ended up with 43 sales. So it was just huge.
That's amazing.
Huge result. Yeah.
And what do you think that is attributed to? Like, do you think it's, what are you feeling from, because there are a lot of agents out there that are feeling a very different point of view of what COVID's bringing them. It's quiet in some areas, but a lot of people are moving out, so some areas are more successful because of that. I mean, what do you feel it is? Is it the fact that the lockdown is different?
Yeah, well, look, I think the fact that we're locked down in Melbourne means effectively Up where we work, the big draw card is the Melbourne buy. You know, I think people think that because people live in Melbourne, they've sold their house for more, they've got plenty of cash. What they forget is they've probably got plenty more debt as well to come with that when they sell their house. But that elusive Melbourne buyer that everyone chases just wasn't there. They're not allowed to come up and view homes.
Yeah.
So we had to sell locally.
Oh, okay.
Essentially. So for people that we could only really sell to regional buyers, bar one or two who were prepared to buy from Melbourne on a video inspection.
Yeah.
But they were exceptions to the rules. But so our push was to change the way we market a little bit.
Okay.
Pushed local social media. Obviously, the internet's always a big draw card.
Mm.
But our local paper, I mean, it gets delivered to homes and people are at home most of the time. So, you know, 7,000 homes it goes out to every week. So we pushed the local paper to make sure that homes are involved in that.
Yeah.
When everyone was shying away, thinking
Yeah.
that digital media was the way to go because everyone was locked down in Melbourne,
Yeah.
we took a different approach and really pushed the print side of things to get 43 sales in a month.
That's wonderful.
So,
And you know what? You're
yeah.
so right. Everyone went to digital. But that's the
Yep.
problem with that. I mean, I guess it's not a problem. It's worked for some people, but sometimes the issue is that it can be so saturated because everyone's on it. And you're right. Like,
That's right.
I've never in my life felt more drawn to reading books or more drawn to reading the paper or more drawn to reading other sources aside from being glued to my screen or, you know,
Yes.
to social media. So that is a great approach. It's almost like you guys are in a blue ocean as opposed to a red ocean where everyone's doing the same thing.
Yeah. So we just try and think outside the box a little bit and think, okay, well, if everyone's doing this, is there an opportunity somewhere else? You know, what opportunities present themselves? So as you would know, being in business, Liziel, it's there's opportunities and there's challenges, you know, and we've certainly all had our fair share of challenges. I'm no different, you're no different. But you've got to turn those into opportunities. How can I, you know, improve from here? I mean, every real estate agent has taken a hit.
Yeah.
And there's really two ways you can go in a time like this. You can either sit back and say, well, you know what, I'll just take a bit of time off. I'll let it all just pass over and I'll come out the other side and I'll be fine. And, you know, and you just put the phone away for a couple of months and, or you get on the front foot. You say, well, all right, well, how can I make myself better? So, you know, I've taken the opportunity to improve my listing presentation, to improve my customer service, you know, which is always an easy thing to drop, you know. So of transferring everything to full digital so that I can be more effective with my customer service. I've taken a lot of time to work on some broader stuff that I can share with the team as well. So while they're out there helping me with inspections and appraisals and things, I'm able to help them by providing some, you know, some things that they can use to make themselves better as well. So it's all give and take.
Yeah, I mean, it takes real leadership, and this is what I've always believed. It takes real leadership to step back and look at how to grow your team rather than just growing you. And because growing the team essentially is growing the business. I mean, I think Gary Vee once said, feed your team with honey rather than vinegar. Because they'll certainly appreciate that tenfold, and then they can pass that on to the rest of the team and create this culture. And it sounds almost like COVID, even though your situation is so unique where you're not able to be with your team, it's presented an opportunity for you to take a step back from the business and see what needs to be improved so that your team can work more efficiently and be better leaders for themselves, I guess. Because I know that in real estate, it's a business. You essentially are working for yourself to some degree.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly right. And we need to, I think it's a great opportunity, you know, in times like these. How often do you get, you know, well, it looks like Melbourne's lockdown is going to end up being about 12 weeks, so nearly 3 months
Yeah.
since we can go to work,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous. We won't get into that though. But considering there's only one COVID case attributed to the entire industry, but that's true. But when do you get 12 weeks to actually focus on your business, not work in it, but to work on it, you know? So from the start, when this first happened in March, I think we spoke earlier about when, you know, when everyone was buying toilet paper, that's how people remember it best. So March was really scary. You know, the market just died for 2 or 3 weeks. It was just dead. We had no idea what was coming. Job keeper and job seeker and what mortgagee auctions, what's going to happen, you know? And I just, from the start said, right, okay. So so at that point, you had to work from home. Well, you should work from home, not you have to.
Yeah.
But if you can. So we jumped on the front foot and made that happen. So we got the few last pieces of the digital puzzle in place so that we could all work from home. Our director, Simon, bought us all new laptops that I'm working on now.
Wow.
So everyone was up to date. Everyone, you know, so the whole business now runs seamlessly.
Yeah.
And we made it happen. You know, we decided, all right, let's work on the business, and let's make things happen rather than sitting back and just waiting for stuff to fall in our laps.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And it's so, it shows so much resilience from yourself and from Simon, the director of the Mitchell Shire, Barry Plain Mitchell Shire, because I understand it's just the two of you that are locked out of the offices.
Yeah. Yep. So Simon lives in Melbourne as well, and I live in Melbourne area. So we can't go to work. So we're the two that are locked down.
Yeah.
But the rest of the staff are up there and working and able to go to work.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's a real pivot from leaders, because you guys are the leaders and they're really looking to you to find out what to do next. And, you know, for them to be self-sufficient goes to show what kind of leadership standards you both hold. So really love that. That's amazing. And have there been like other challenges that have come through that you guys have pivoted on? I mean, is there anything else that has happened during this time or is happening?
Is happening. Yeah. So I've pretty much summed up most of it. It's been a real team effort. I know I've drawn on a lot of favours that I may have done in the past and credits I had in the bank and called them back. But just how important culture is, you know, not everything's going to be rosy all the time for everybody. So when someone's doing it tough, you know, if you just lend a hand, that's all it needs, you know, that people remember that, you know, you don't have to ask for anything back. It comes back tenfold. And, you know, in our office, we've got a staff member who's expecting their first child. And when that comes, no doubt, you know, there'll be favours to be returned then, because even on maternity leave, real estate never stops. You know, that phone will ring and there'll be clients wanting to deal with her, and we'll just chip in and help out and make sure she's still getting paid. And
that's amazing. You know, that's awesome. Because I know that there's already a lot of uncertainty with people in their jobs, and you know, people that are on maternity leave, there's even more uncertainty because you don't know whether you're going to come to a job or it's really a big unknown there. But that's fantastic, and a big congratulations to you and the team. And
thank you. I must say that being a fully licensed agent as well, I know you haven't touched on this, but I'm going to bring it up anyway.
Okay.
I did my license with LinkLearn and it was fantastic. You know, it's so I've been in real estate for nearly 9 years, but it was a few years ago now that I did my license, and it just changed the credibility. You know, on every email sign off, I put licensed estate agent and auctioneer. You know, I'm an auctioneer as well. So, but you know, it's credibility. You know, when you're dealing with a junior or a senior, I think everyone would prefer to deal with someone who's got a bit more experience, a bit more of a seniority, a bit more pull. And that certainly made all the difference for me. So thanks, LinkLearn.
No worries. We love working with top agents and top leaders. So I'm glad that you're really utilizing that. And you said before in an earlier conversation that you've got this local community, and I think a lot of local communities, they really put trust in the people that they're dealing with, and I think that really means, you know, a lot for someone that holds that credibility. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think if you're not in, if you're in real estate and you're not fully licensed, I don't think you're taking it seriously. You know, it seems to me like you're just in it for a little while and you're just seeing how it's going. And, you know, if it works out, it works out great. I say just get in, do your first 12 months and get licensed, take it fair dinkum, make a career of it. Because to me, that's how I would read into it. You know, if you're not licensed, if you're just an agent's rep, are you taking it seriously, or are you just dipping your toe in the water? And for me, I want someone who's dedicated and taking it seriously. So
yeah, awesome.
get licensed, people.
Yeah. You heard it from the
Through
man
LinkLearn.
himself.
That's it.
You
That's
heard it
it.
from the man himself. The expert advice. But look, we are really, really happy with everything that's been going on with you guys. And, you know, we have lots and lots of, I guess, confidence that you guys are just going to take off and keep taking off. So we're so honored to call you our good friends and be by your side during this journey. But yeah, look, I really appreciate your time, Brendan. And hopefully when all of this is over, that we can perhaps catch up, masks on, social distancing, gloves on. But
Michelle, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. It's always a pleasure working with you guys. So you know, it's good to see a smiley face, and can't wait till we can actually catch up and have a cup of coffee and catch up with all our friends and clients. It's
yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day. We're signing off. Bye now.
Thanks, Michelle. See ya. Bye.